Hello, everybody. My name is Ian Kirkpatrick. I'm an author, idiot, and loin streamer, and today I'm going to give you 13 writing secrets that the industry wizards don't want you to know if you want to succeed. These are the quintessential ways to 100% success, no fail. Everyone does it except for me because clearly I am not a success story, so I don't do these things. But if you want to be more successful than I am, you should probably do these things. What are these top secrets that I am such an idiot to not follow in doing? Well, we'll get to that. But before we get started, number one, if you enjoy what I do here on the channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Number two, if you would like to be featured on the channel, check out the links down in the description below. It's okay. If you're not an industry wizard, if you're kind of like me, your kind's accepted here as well. If you're an industry wizard, okay, also probably. You know, it's all up to you to succeed. Anyway, if you would like to be featured on the channel, check out the links down in the description below. The number one way to be featured is through Lamoy, the monthly prompt writing contest, where I give you a prompt. You write a short story using that prompt, and on the first Monday video of the month, we bask in the creativity of you guys because you're brilliant. Sorry, Tate's over here doing his thing. The second way to be featured is if you are an indie author and you have a book out or a book that is coming out. If you submit the first chapter and the cover, it'll be read here on the channel and at a random interval, because I kind of just pick from, I have a random number generator to pick from the log. So sorry if it takes a bit of time to come up. But at some random interval, it will be read here on the channel, and hopefully that'll help more people find your work, because the hardest thing to do is just to get your thing noticed in the vast sea of other things. So check that out. Check out other people's works on Mondays that are not the first one. And then the third thing is, if you would like to check out any of my books, they're available at any of your favorite places to get books, including the library upon request. So check it out. Also, OneDrive, it's just a click away. With that said, let's get into these tips, because I know that you are dying to know, how are you going to be the most successful in the industry? How are you going to fly to the top, make everybody salivate with the hatred, with the clickbait, with the desire to talk about your book, because you have become the wizard of the industry, the trendsetter, the person whose name everybody knows. Well, these tips, guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not going to go lightly on the drama here. Telling you these secrets could get me assassinated. No lie. Everything I'm about to say is 100% true, not a joke, not flubbing you at all. Believe me. This is not an exaggeration, and I am not about to die. If I just hit my face reveal quota. You're not seeing my true face now. Like, this is an AI filter. Now, why did I pick an ugly AI filter? Well, because nobody would expect it's an AI filter if it's ugly, right? Everybody would go for like the Final Fantasy look. Not me. I am in the witness protection program. Nobody is going to assume that this is a fake face. Except now you know. Anyway, let's get into this. Oh, 1 second. We are ready in case they burst my door down for telling you guys these secrets, these pro wizard industry secrets. They might think that I am one of them. I think that we can make this work. So anyway, the first pro wizard secret is, don't treat your characters like people making decisions. They're just tools for you to have power fantasies with, especially by smashing them into buildings and giving them everything that your parents never bought you as a child, including that dog that you said that you would take care of. But they were like, no, you're not. I know better than you. You're never going to take care of that dog. We're going to get you that dog and you'll say you'll take care of it. And then 3 days later, we know that we're going to be taking care of it. So you know what? Give that character your dog. Give that character the powers. Give that character the boyfriend or girlfriend that told you no in middle school, and now they're regretting it because you are a hottie McBody that they just don't know yet. Okay? They missed it when they moved to California and started dating that supermodel. They don't know what they're freaking missing. Your character is your Barbie doll. Your power fantasy meant to smash its fists and its genitalia into every available and possibly dubious with every willing and possibly dubious person, if that's your thing. A developed character is a stupid idea because it's just a bunch of words that you just put on a page, okay? It is your tool to fulfill your desires with and to live out your traumas and to get everything that you've ever wanted at the end. That's how you success. Number 2, wizard secrets. You gave your novel a story? What are you? You're just an idiot wasting time. No, who needs a plot when you could just have sex, costumes, and gore? That's all that you need. And, oh, and a dope cover. Let's be real. You sell that cover and tell it is the greatest thing that anyone has ever known? Sex, costumes, especially kink. If you get into the second book and there is no kink in there is no personal kinky story, you're doing the second book wrong. If you do not retcon everything from the first book in the second book because you've changed your mind on what your sexual choices are, and the first book was just to get people into it. The second book, now that is the true fanfic of your work, okay? You thought the first book was fanfic. Second book is the biggest fanfic. At least 50% sex and costumes and gore. That's all I'm saying. The third wizard industry trick is punctuation is canceled. Stop using it. Periods canceled. No more breaks in sentences. Paragraph markers canceled. It is just going to be one long sentence paragraph. Commas. Everyone's always complaining about having too many commas. So guess what? Canceled. Out of here. Nobody likes the freaking semicolon. Most people don't even know what the semicolon is for. Canceled. A real colon? That's an organ. It doesn't belong in your literature. Canceled. What else do we need? M dash. People always commenting on the M dash. What, did you grow up in a barn or LA cutting people off all the time? You know who you are on the freaking highway. Is that you? Yeah, if that's not you, no M dashes. If that is you, we're freaking teaching you some manners. No more cutting people off. No more M dashes. Canceled. Ellipses. What are we? Weak-minded individuals who are going to mumble off into nothingness? Canceled. So now your book will be one freaking long sentence that never ends until the final 700th page. You're welcome. You're a master of language now. Try to talk to anybody from the 1800s who have ever written a 700-page one-sentence book. Bam! Genius. Also, think of all of the editing that you save by not having to think about punctuation. You're welcome. I just saved you so much money. Donations, welcome. Industry wizard secret number 4. Stop getting beta readers because for real, what does anybody know about your characters anyway? You know when those people show up in your comments or in your videos or your book reviews that are like, hey, I can't believe you wrote that character like this. They would never do that. Excuse me? Since when does some rando from Albuquerque know more my characters better than me? How do you know what my characters would do? I made them. If I determined the squishy cinnamon roll boy from the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, was going to have a British accent and murder everybody with his online assassination business, but he really is just an innocent virgin boy, who do you think you are to tell me that he would never do that? I think I know my characters better, and you know your characters better too. That plot hole in every single chapter that you've pointed out, it's freaking deliberate. It's called genius. How are you supposed to have an escape plan if you don't have plot holes? That's literally how the characters get out of the scenes. Ever heard of tunnels? No one could tell your story better than you. What kind of ego do readers have to tell you what they think that you should do with your story and that they know your characters better? Excuse me. Industry wizard secret number 5. Stop making main characters that are not geniuses or well-educated college students with PhDs. It doesn't matter if they're in middle school or even the 2nd grade, okay? They better have 3 master's degrees and at least 1 PhD in their favorite type of doctorate programming. Why? Now look, this might sound silly, but it is for your protection, okay? People have a tendency to assume that the main character of a novel is the author. So that means that the main character of the novel is you. Now, whether or not you wrote it that way, they will assume it. And if you write an uneducated main character, if the readers think that your main character is stupid, they will think that you too, the author, are stupid. Did you write a character who's a dropout? Did you write a 2nd grader who hasn't finished school yet? Did that kid eat a whole tube of toothpaste? I'm sorry, but that is going to become your legacy, toothpaste eater. So just do yourself a favor and write geniuses so people think that you are a genius. Also, there is no other perspective that's worth following in a story except for genius perspectives, okay? So you're welcome. Number 6, industry wizard secrets. Now come in real close for this one. I need your utmost diplomacy. No. Deliberation? No. Discretion. I need your utmost discretion for this one. The key, this is what will make you stand out from everybody else in the world, okay? The key to a memorable character Now follow with me on this one. The key to a memorable character is an unmemorable, unpronounceable, unspellable name that your brain just short circuits when you're trying to recall. It's like casting a spell on the reader, right? You're just zapping their brain. And the fact that they cannot say the name or remember the name or even pronounce the name means that they are being cast into this shockwave. They will, whenever they think of that character, they will remember the pain that they felt when reading that name because they could not translate it into something that they could process, right? And then your character name will be memorable by the fact that they will twitch every time they think about that character. Now, so think about this. Like, do you want your character to be John the Carpenter, or do you want your character to be the Carpenter? I think we all know where the answer lies in that one, right? Pain. I got you. Number 7, wizard industry trick is being a good person is freaking overrated. Everyone loves a bad boy or bad girl. We know this. Everyone hates the good girl. That's why there are so many books and so many podcasts saying good girls, good boys win last. Like, why even freaking bother with any of that? So why stop being a jerk? Take what you want, be it food, be it money, be it that hoe over there. Just take whatever you want. And I'm sorry about calling you a hoe. I did not mean that. I meant a different word. No, a nicer word. But just, take it to the top of your reader's heart with absolute genocide, sexual assault, torture, and harming children. Because to be attractive as a bad boy / girl, there are no boundaries that you can have. Every strike against the law is another stitch around your reader's heart, creating true love, obsession, and fan base goals. This is Ian in post, but it is so important that you remember, as you do your bad boy / bad girl, sexual assault, A-okay. Fraud, doubly A-okay. Abuse of your partner and then love bombing them, super A-okay. Psychological torture, A-okay. Physical torture, A-okay. Genocide, that's basically an aphrodisiac for a lot of these characters. However, if your character does a racism, there are some things that only God can forgive. So, remember that. Also, child slavery, more or less okay as long as your guy is not a racist. Remember that. It'll save you a lot of bad reviews. Industry wizard tip number 8. Now, maybe you've heard of the advice that you should be reading while you write, whether it's reading outside of your genre so that you can just study the styles, or if it's reading within your genre so that you can understand what's popular or the pacing of your genre or what genre expectations are. Well, let me tell you, if you are an industry wizard, those people are all wrong, okay? The actual industry wizards don't read. They just don't. So what you should do is stop reading and don't ever pick up a book ever again. Don't read at all. You wouldn't want people to think that you are plagiarizing, and at the very least, if you're accused of plagiarizing when you're not reading, you could say that you were ignorant because you don't read. At least you're not lying then, because we know that lying is worse than feigning ignorance. Yeah, no, they're not the same thing. Feigning ignorance is not lying. It's just pretending that you don't know the truth, okay? Plus, let's be real, isn't it the least creative path that you can take? Only losers actually like to read. Didn't we learn that from TV? Plus, you reading just puts money in the hands of your competition. What, do you want to boost that guy's book to the top of the sales list? Stop doing that. Stop making competition for yourself by actually reading and enjoying the works in which you are also trying to write. Do you want to fund the guy that could get more readers than you, especially when you are one of them? Ugh. That is the worst. In fact, it is basically self-treason, and you should ground yourself, maybe light your bedroom on fire to teach yourself a lesson. So stop buying books, stop reading, stop helping the enemy, okay? That's why you're probably falling behind. We've learned that the nerds on television are the evil guys, okay? We know this. Industry wizard tip number 9. Just because you don't read to avoid plagiarism doesn't mean that you can't snipe stuff from authors. Now, hear me out. I told you not to read already because you don't want to be accused of plagiarism. But if you're not reading, then you can still say you didn't know that that was out there because you're not reading. You see what's popular over there. You see what Eric and Justine and Darlene are doing right over there, or maybe in your creative writing class where you're not reading anybody else's work. You're kind of just listening to other people talk about it because you're a real writer and you know that real writers in the industry do not read. But that doesn't mean you can't listen to other people talk about things and then go, I like that. I didn't read it, which means it's a safe idea for me to take. That's right. Take those ideas and change them just a little bit. Oh, she likes spaghetti with the tomato sauce. How about me replace the spaghetti with ramen and the tomato sauce with blood of our enemies? That makes it something new, fresh, especially if the blood is fresh. Just change them a little bit, put your own flavor on there. That person's aunt is named Tanta. Well, we're going to name her Tantum. It's a completely unique name, okay? Then you outsell them so that you can call them the thieves of your idea. It doesn't matter if your book came out second, as long as your fan base is bigger, you can claim them as thieves of your idea. That's how fan bases work. May the strongest fan base survive. Get ready for the fan base wars, okay? You don't own an idea. You only own an idea so long as your fan base is bigger. So, better get ready to defend that book. Industry Wizards, spicy tips to success number 10. At the end of the day, I gotta ask, why even sit down and write? You can imagine the best versions of everything that you want to do in your head. The feeling, the vibe, seeing the characters, living in the location. It's all in here. And without having to ponder the word choice or the sentence structure or the pacing or if your ideas will get across to other people or what if it sucks, what if it's cringy, what if this is just an allegory for your relationship with your mother, and then having an existential crisis over how much of a fail you are, and every time you read over that last sentence that you wrote, you're reliving childhood drama of that one time your dad left you in the Mall of America and you had to live in the Lego cabin and burn Lego logs inside of your Lego fire just to keep warm and avoid security guards whom you thought were wildebeests and vagabonds trying to rob you of your Lego snacks. Oh, for a second there, I was reliving that trauma. So, you know what? Just do yourself a favor. Keep it in your head. Keep it pure. Keep your time to yourself and have a better use of everything. Like, go walk through the park. Go meet somebody on a bench. Go do laundry. Go walk on water and cross the 7 seas with your floaty feet. Then just tell everyone about how great your ideas are. That book that you will someday write when it's worth it, when you can just imagine it straight onto the paper. And believe me, they'll think that it's great. You'll say that it's great. You'll give them a title. You'll change the title the next time you see them, but they will still think that it is great in your head. Better than they read it and trash it. The idea of the story is always liked more than the story itself. Believe me, I know. Industry Wizard secret number 11. We're getting into the real illegal ones here, which are going to get me, especially assassinated much faster than I'm assassinated right now. Like, you may not have been able to tell, but I've been shot like 7 times during the course of this video. And I see the assassin right over there. He keeps waving at me. Hey, what's up? And I'm doing my best to move on, to push through this because you need to know the secrets before I die. These are industry secrets that they do not want you to know, because if you do, you will shoot to the top of the charts, you will become mega super rich, and you will not need them. I see you. He just shot me again. He thinks it's funny. So Industry Wizard secret. I'm going to Industry secret number 11. Now what? So Industry Wizard secret number 11. Why sell a whole story for $35 when you can sell one chapter that's a whole universe that never gets into anything for $35.99 a month? Story by subscription use only, baby. Who says that you gotta care about the craft or even a bare minimum story to make sure that your readers are satisfied? Respect the canon, respect the reader, respect the characters of the property? Nah, what the frick is that? Those people are pay pigs. They're not humans. They're basically slobs that just should eat whatever comes out of you, okay? If they want to feel fulfilled, then they should just go to church, not the frickin' bookstore, not Amazon, not a website. Go to church! they better buy story 1 and all of the expansions of the multiverse for a total of a minimum of $50,000 each. And if they don't, they have no rights to complain about the story's quality because they haven't read the whole story. If you want to talk to me about the story, then go buy all of the volumes, actually connect all the pieces, and then come and talk to me. Because until you buy the whole series and its mother series and its sister series and its 4 sister-in-law series and that one over there that was adopted, but then they kind of got rid of it because it was it was a little too edgy and a little too cringy, so that's kind of back at the adoption agency version. And that one over there, that is the hobo that lives next door, but we pretend we kind of like him because he looks lonely on Thanksgiving, so we invite him in for Thanksgiving and then don't talk to him the rest of the year. Like, if you don't buy every expanded universe series that maybe gives you 2 pages of story for every 80 pages of nonsense, you don't have a right to complain. Because do you even know what the story of the novel is? No, you don't. So go buy it, figure it out, then come back to me and we can talk. Industry Wizard secret number 12. You may have heard me say this a second ago, but we actually need to talk about, what does the phrase respect the canon mean? Well, it means if I tell you that this is what a story is about, or this is a factoid of a story, then to respect the canon would be to respect that idea that has been stated. Respect the past of something that has been stated as this is the way things exist. Well, I'm going to tell you that industry wizards do not respect the canon. And especially if you want to avoid the call-outs of, hey, respect the canon, well, no one can call you out on disrespecting the canon if you never actually explain anything. Don't describe the superpowers or the limitations of magic in your world. If you do, what are you going to do when you need a quick fix? If you just leave it all open-ended, you can make something up on the spot. You need to talk to somebody on that ship and you were on the ground. I just suddenly developed telepathy when I said, I hope this works. Holy hell. Do you need to get from point A to point B and you've just got your stupid little feet? I'm going to imagine a car, or I just grab this door and open it and now it's mine because I have the power of possession. And that's not like demonic possession. That's like the power of I touch it and it's mine. And people go, you know what? That's legit. I can't even argue with that. If he wants it and he opened the door, it's his. So logical rules and mechanisms within your story are for losers. Your characters should be able to do whatever they want, and respecting the canon means not giving rules so you can do whatever you want. Every choice that you make is then respecting the canon. Hell yeah. Finally, the 13th wizard. Can you knock it off for like 2 seconds, please? The 13th. Now he's trying to give me blocks in my nose. The 13th, Tatum is ready for this. The 13th industry wizard tip. Probably the most important of all, because assuming that you've respected the canon, that you've written out your memories, that you've, or thoughts, whatever, that you've plagiarized, that you've creatively used the ideas of your others, that you've made your 700-page punctuationless book of fantasies and drama dumping and sex and clothing changes. Well, now it comes to the important part. Genre selection. When it comes to genre, you don't need to pick an established one. Romance, fantasy, horror, mystery, children's literature, YA, who cares? Make up your own. Screw existing classifications and make up your own. Because, like, what the frick are these classifications for genre anyway? They are so boxy and generic and lame. And what, if you do romance, it needs a happily ever after? What if I don't want a happily ever after? What if I'm miserable and want to make you miserable too? Screw you, I'm going to do something else. Your book's not lame. So you know what? Genres are lame. Genre classifications are lame. And your book is not lame. Your book and ideas are a unique flower, and your ideas and style have never been done by anyone else before in the history of the world, on every single multi-universe plane, by every single god that has ever existed throughout humanity and life itself. You don't need to be found among the generics of the sci-fi fantasy fans, or the steampunk fans, or the horror fans, or next to Brandon Sanderson. Okay, you need your own shelf in every bookstore for your astral projection, strawberry ice cream, dark heart, angst, and a hand basket of cuddles, romance on ice. No one can top your genre if you make up your own. You will be a bestseller. Always, without fail, no competition. Just like you deserve. Booyah. And that, my friend, makes for the 13 life-changing, world-bending industry wizard tricks that they don't want you to know. Let me know. Which one of these industry tricks will you try? Will you try all of them? Now, I have to go and run to the hospital before I bleed out because of the assassination attempt, and hopefully on my way to the hospital, I will not be stabbed 46 times. Because this guy, he knows what I'm talking about. He's laughing right now. This guy is going to be following me there. Anyway, with that said, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Good luck fighting the industry wizards. They don't give up. Have a great weekend. And don't die. Hello, boomers! My name is Yanananana. How are you feeling today? In case you didn't know, I'm a YouTuber from Nide, a small town in eastern Ukraine. My family has never really understood what I do in the woods, but all I've ever wanted is to make a better life for us all. Papa always comes home from the mines dirty, angry, and tired. It's a necessary evil to do your job and be in a place that you don't want to be. But I've never wanted to spend my life doing exactly what was necessary of me. Everything changed for me when a couple of Americans appeared at my door. They said they wanted to sponsor my channel and handed me military-grade explosives. Can you believe it? Military-grade. The lights will be incredible going forward. With this help, my videos will be next level. I just hope they are as they say, and this isn't some kind of trick. I mean, what would there be to gain? Boris says people are simple. Everything comes down to money and power. And Alex tells me ignorance will not save me from trouble. I understand where they are coming from, but I do not like to think that way. There is more to life than a cruel of superficial goods, hatred, and destruction. Anyway, I do not like where this video is going, so I will see you on the explosives field. Boom, boom, boom. Salute.